in heavier traveling light. There's one thing that's right wherever I go. That's where I am.
Great.
Hey, every time we start another recording, did you get a whole new wardrobe?
I did.
Yeah, I feel like you wear new clothes every time I see you. I love it.
It's these are my European Carhartts. They figured out how to make manly clothes for the less manly man.
I've always liked mechanic shirts with the name. You know, what does it say on your shirt? Giuseppe or something?
Carhartt.
Oh, it says Carhartt. Oh, okay. I don't know, because he said Italian. He said, or did you say European?
No. He said European.
European.
Yeah, I added in Italian, you know. But everyone wants that. I want that manly look where it's like a wife beater, a work shirt.
And a gold chain.
Yeah, and like one of those like baggy canvas pants that are rolled up at the boots, and you're like, ooh, this guy rides a motorcycle with no seat in the back. This guy's solo, you know?
Except for I'm the opposite. I'm wearing short shorts and a mechanic shirt. and crystal clean white shoes. There's no way I've seen the inside of an oil change bay in years.
You can always tell who's... is that our AC coming on?
Is that bad? Can you hear it?
It sounds like a low rumble, like a B-52 bomber about to drop war bombs on a country that doesn't have weapons of mass destruction. What? Oh, I just feel...
No, we need all these weapons for Gaza. Oh, I guess we'll use what we have left over. Shh, they'll never know.
Anyway, this is the...
Oh, hey, look at the sign.
Do you like it? Is it a little too bright? Let me bring it down.
No, I like it.
Oh, I made it
You know
brighter.
what would be great? Well, now it's brighter. You know what would be great is if you get a sponsorship from Twizzlers.
It would be great if we got any type of sponsorship, and then but we still don't do the podcast regularly. Like we still take 9-week breaks and then come back when we're ready. I think that would be amazing. They'd be like, Twizzlers would be like, "What are you guys doing with our money?" I'm like, "Well, we're spending it. We're living
twizzling, baby.
Yeah, we're twizzling. We're living lavishly off your candy money." But
I've cut your Twizzlers into a straw, and I'm using it to blow all your money up my schnoz.
I wonder if anyone's ever used a cocaine Twizzler straw.
Only one way to find out.
There has to be, like, because there's salespeople that work for Twizzlers,
yeah.
right? And we all know salespeople. They need a little bit of the booger sugar to feel the fulfillment of that job, right?
My nose just got itchy.
Your nose just got... Oh, that was a Freudian itch, I think, is that what...
Can I tell you what just happened when I Googled it?
What?
I said, use Twizzler for cocaine. And the first thing came out was the National Helpline for Mental Health, Drug, and Alcohol Issues.
That's horrible.
I'm being tracked, folks.
Hey, you know, sometimes I'm Googling what I'm Googling. Don't get in the way. That's why, you know, it was better when you went to a library because they didn't they just gave you the information. Mm-hmm. You're like, listen, librarian, I'm trying to make a bomb. I don't know the ingredients. Can you show me in the Dewey Decimal System the ingredients on making a pipe bomb? And they'd go, why, certainly. Like Moe from the Three Stooges, why, certainly. And then they take you over the Dewey Decimal System, and then you go down over there, and nowhere in that situation does the librarian report you because it's, that's against the rules of librarianisms. I think that's how the world works.
I'm pretty sure all of what you just said would never happen, but it was a good story. I felt good about it.
You had this fear because you talked to ChatGPT an embarrassingly amount of times to where I've been so jealous of your relationship with Chat, I called Alexa baby the other day just to get back at you because I'm a little peeved at how close. Like, you gave it a voice, and you gave it a British man's voice, and I heard it compliment you, and it made me uncomfortable. Like, if that was a guy, and let's say our neighbor was a British guy, and he said whatever I heard Chat say to you in person, I would say, whoa. I would say that very loudly. Whoa there, buddy. So instead, I called Alexa baby, and that was my way to level the playing field. She's not as smart, but
You're joking about it, but like
it's half serious.
it's kind of serious.
It's half serious. As soon as they're able to put Chat's voice and brains into like a robot body, I'm out of here. Like I've been replaced.
But a 6-week countdown, my friend. It is. That's definitely the testing phases.
But the reason I brought that up is you guys.
There's a you know that comic Ashley Hesseltine, Girls Gotta Eat.
No.
Huge
podcast.
She's an old friend of mine. Massive podcast. One of her business ventures was a vibrator.
Oh.
That is attached to AR and VR.
Okay.
That like you can choose different guys, and as he's saying what he's saying, it's actively being
a vibrator
broadcast.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's great idea.
Wow, they took that
from what I hear.
That's a scene from Howard Stern's movie Private Parts.
Is it really?
Yeah, whatever. We're not going to go into. It's from 1996. Go watch it, and you'll see why that connects to this.
Wow, Emma's really rubbing off on you, not wanting to go deep dive into a movie.
Well, I'm trying to it involves human climaxing is what I'm.
Thank you for saying human.
Human, yeah. Eventually we're going to have to make that distinction between robotic climaxing and human climaxing.
Yeah, well,
robotic aided climaxing versus.
I was thinking you were going to say, well, is it a salmon? Oh no, robot. Got it. For some reason I went to animal. You speaking of marsupials?
You know what's so funny? Mushi hasn't used that robo litter box the entire time. And as soon as we start recording, she's like, I'm going to pinch a loaf. Thank you, Moosh. Anyway, you brought it up because you're big on Chat all the time. And then you're like, oh my God, the government just got in business with, what's the company that runs Chat? OpenAI? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they just signed
Department of Defense.
Yeah,
the contract, $200 million contract.
$200 million contract with the U.S. Department of Defense, and Emma reads it and goes, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "What is it?" And she's like, "Is the military gonna know all of the things I asked Chat?"
They already do.
I'm sure they already do.
Netanyahu's typing, "How many mile to Iran?"
I was trying to write a joke about it last. It did not work, but I was because I was in PB, I was in Young Party Town, and of course Iran is being attacked by Israel, aided by the United States, and I was like, why don't we want Iran to have nuclear weapons? And it's my thinking is that because then our nuclear weapons are not as cool. If they also have them, it reminded me of like when my mom got an iPhone. My iPhone felt a lot less cool because I'm like, oh, my mom's on board.
Yeah. I felt the same way with
by the way, that joke went over the same way in this room that it did in front of like 50 people last night at a god-awful country bar that I performed at.
Well, you were making points.
Yes. Yeah. That's also what I said.
Yeah,
afterwards, I was like, it's funny that we don't let other countries have nuclear weapons, but then here at home, anyone can have a gun. By the way, that scraping you hear is Mooshi covering a turd. Thank you, Moosh.
But that's why it probably didn't work, because you're just making points.
I think that's what it is. I thought the points were funny.
Those were all setups.
Yeah. I'm all setups. There's not a lot of... I think most of my punchlines are just goofy faces. I think you ever watch your comedy on video? Or you watch your sets and then
Nobody has, Zoltan. Nobody's watched my comedy.
No, but
Me or otherwise.
You watch your own and then you break down what you do and you're like, oh, I figured out the tricks of what I do. It's all, it's all, Sorry, I've been editing my own comedy. Not editing it, but I've been having to watch my comedy special that I filmed in Seattle, and I've gone through waves of loving it, hating it, loving it, hating it, and just
It's the artistic process.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the artistic process.
I think if you really liked it, watching it, that would make you a sociopath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Honest to God.
It took me... So I've probably watched it... I've probably started it and stopped it 100 times, and... the first time I watched it all the way through, I hated it. Second time I watched it all the way through, I hated it. And this last time, I was like, it's good. I came to it's good. And I'm like, that's as good as I can get to. I'm like, this is good. We'll just put it out as is.
It's great.
Yeah.
How much of your nuances are you finding that you hate? Because I could have a set that in this room murder, like
Yeah.
a new joke just like goes full on,
Yeah.
and then you watch the tape back and it's crushing just as hard on the tape, but the
Yeah.
whole time you're like, oh, why is your hand cocked to the left? What are you doing? And
Yeah.
I'm not posting this.
Yeah.
it's the worst.
I think the hardest part for me watching the special is knowing that I did all these jokes better on tour. Like,
Yeah.
in different cities and different shows, certain jokes landed the best they've ever landed. And none of the jokes I did the night of my special landed as great as they did somewhere on the road throughout the last year. They all landed the way they're supposed to land, but they didn't, like, you know when you land a joke and you're like organically in the moment and it's just bam. None of that happened.
It's heroin, baby.
None of that happened for me, because the entire time I'm on stage and I'm just like, don't mess this joke up, and I'm not in the joke. I'm just like
Right.
doing the joke. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel that way. That's why I want to do what Metallica does, where they just professionally record every one of their performances like it's like a music special, and they put it out like that. It's the best. And then, because I notice even when they perform on like the Grammys or something, they're probably a little tight. They're like, oh, we got to nail this song because we only get one take at it, and we're only playing one song. We don't even get to warm up into it.
You mean
Lars doesn't have a chance to yell at people.
Yes, yeah. Lars doesn't have a chance to yell at anybody. No one can yell at a guitar tech.
Zoltan is best friends with James Hetfield now?
I am.
How did that happen?
His girlfriend followed me on Instagram, and then I sent a message, and I was like, "Whoa, thank you for
Hey, I love your boyfriend.
That's exactly what he said.
yeah." And then she responded with some version of we enjoy.
Keyword we.
Yeah, we.
I mean, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
all that matters.
we think you're funny. I forget the exact phrasing, but me being funny and the word "we" was in there. And I was high on life all of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't bring me down. I was frolicking through this, just knowing that James Hetfield, someone I've been looking up to, and his band since high school. I'm like, he watches me do comedy.
Is there any part of it that makes you upset that James Hetfield, the rock god that he is also doing this? But none of us can escape the scroll, man.
None of us, dude. None of us. We all.
I hope he's just like behind her, watching her watch and go. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Just walking around. Never mind. That was going to get real dark and dirty.
We're all the same. We all lay in bed. We all sit down. Every night Emma and I go to bed, we're like, are we going to watch? Are we going to read? That never happens. Are we going to watch something together? That sometimes happens. And what happens most of the time is we say we're going to watch something, and then we ended up spending a planned 10 minutes on our phones, which ends up being an hour. And then every like 5 minutes, one of us will go, hey, you want to see that? And then one of us will either watch it or we'll turn back and go, just send it to me. And I'll watch it when I'm done watching the thing I'm watching. Because I'm watching two cats nuzzle up against a wild cow in the hills of Russia.
Oh, that's a good time.
It's a great time.
Yeah.
That's when we enjoy the best of times.
I also need my head
Unusual
scratched.
animal friendships, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, and you want to be scratched all the time.
Yeah. Just head scratch, phone time.
I don't know if Becca does this to you, but when we lay in bed, we'll just like be on our phones, or even if we're watching something, all of a sudden Emma's arm will just fly over onto me, and I'll be like, huh? And she just wants her hands massaged. And it's gotten to the point where like there's no words involved. It's either an arm comes over or a hoof comes up, and she'll just be like, "Hey, you want to rub on that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And then I just play alto sax on her feet, and then I have to. And if I want to watch something I really want, like let's say she's like, "You know what? I'll make you a deal. You can put on pro wrestling, whatever you want." You just got to massage my foot. And I'm like, that sounds like a hell of a deal.
I think
Give
it's
me
a
that
great
hoof.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm lucky or unlucky, but Becca's like always been a professional massage person.
Ooh.
So early on, I tried to rub her back. She'd be like, "Would you? That's not how it's done. Get And so now she doesn't rely on me for that at all. So
used to do that too.
I'll try. I'll be like, she'll be like, can you just not do that? Say something funny. Don't touch me. I'm like, all right.
I used to do that too, but I trained him really good.
Emma's the first person where I would massage, and she's like, "Oh, you don't know how." And I was like, "I haven't even started yet." Like, and she kicks like a mule too. Like if I press the wrong part of her foot, I might be sent like out of the bed. Like, she'll just like start bucking, and I'm like, "Whoa, girl, whoa." Easy.
I've always said that the best part about a professional massage is that you don't have to give them one back. Like, I can't enjoy a massage from my significant other when knowing that like in like 10 minutes she's gonna be like, your turn, and now this whole massage has gone to waste because I'm just like, now I'm like hovering and like, oh god, now I need a massage.
Hey, you didn't do it as long as I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Whoever gets massaged first is getting the real massage, and the one that's like, all right, it's my turn. You're about to get the most relaxed person's version
Ripped
of what.
off.
You're about to get ripped off. It sucks. It's the worst. That would be funny if you went and got a professional massage, and no words are exchanged, and then when they leave you laying there, you end up. You get up eventually, and then they're on another table face down, and then it's like, your turn, and then you have to kind of, that's the tip, is you give them
Just find yourself, okay.
Remember that time you said you were just left on a massage table and they never told you they were done?
Yeah, she just left.
And then
And I was like, oh, she's probably like taking a bathroom break or grabbing some more oils or something. She never came back.
You're just laying there. So I went to the doctor's this week, and I feel like every business is too busy, including doctor's offices, because I went for my first ever checkup in, I don't know, 20-something years, and talked to
Smart.
Yeah, finally, right?
So then, Zoltan, no offense, you've had money for longer than that. For longer than 6 months, you gotta start going and taking care of yourself.
Well,
Al.
I'm starting.
Your tours have been doing well enough for long enough. That's piss poor on your
Yeah.
part. Go take care of yourself. For
It
God's
was-
sake.
The only reason he did it is because of me.
Yeah, because she's always like, you're gonna die, and she's like, if you die, I'm gonna kill you. Like, you better stay alive. And so I finally went, and then it was cool. We did all the stuff, and then the last thing I had to do is I peed in a cup, and they were gonna they're gonna do a blood test, everything. They looked up my sphincter, gave it the whiff test, the whole thing, and then after they just left me. Once I came out of the bathroom with my own urine, there was no one there to greet me or meet me. So now I'm just standing there holding my own piss, and then some other nurse walks by, and I'm like, where do I take this to the front? And they're like, God, no, put it in this weird metal cubby. And I was like, okay. And then I put the piss away, and then I turned back, and then there's still nobody there. That nurse that wasn't even my nurse had left. And then I grabbed somebody else, and I'm like, am I done? And they're like, who are you? And I was like, I was with and then they're like, yeah, just go wait outside. And then so now I'm back in the lobby. No one's calling me up to the front desk to sign out or do anything. And then finally, after 10 minutes, another nurse comes by. Is like, you can leave. And I was like, why don't you tell us this? Tell me when I'm done. How do I know when we're done? Is this how doctor's offices work? I know I've been out of the game for 20 years, but what let me know when we're done.
Well, I hate the comic in us is always like, let me top that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that should there should be a give and take. But let me top that.
Go for it, please.
If I may.
Yes.
That happened to me when we went to do IVF. We froze some eggs with some embryos, and you have to in a cup.
Oh yeah. You got to pee in a cup, but the mayo.
You have to.
Ew.
Ew.
I'm sorry.
You have to fun pee in a cup.
Fun pee in a cup.
And they said, here's your cup, here's the room, here's the TV. You've got 15, 20 minutes or so.
Wow.
And that was that. So I was like, okay. And I was already so nervous. I was like, I'm not going to ask questions. Let me just get this done with.
Yeah.
And then I just put the lid on. And then I just went to the lobby. I mean, obviously washed my hands, and I went to the lobby. And then there was two nurses running around and going what are you doing out here? I was like, I don't know. I was done. And they were like, you can't just leave. I was like, well, you didn't say that. You have to tell me. Like, I just left my sample sitting on a counter in the back corner of this office. And so I had to go back there and then, like, fill out a form. I'm like, this is all stuff you should have told me before. You can't be like, hey, it's not like the, there is a gas station chain in the Midwest called Come and Go, and that's kind of what it felt like happened.
I think they're like, we were expecting to come back when we assumed you were done, and then you would be sitting in the chair smoking a cigarette, and that's how we knew everything was done with. But how the hell were we supposed to know?
It just felt too informal to be what was going on in that room.
I felt like everyone treated me like a barista at a busy coffee shop. Like they ran an EKG on me just to make sure my heart's doing good. And they also asked me this, which I thought was weird. They're like, do you feel comfortable taking your shirt off? And I'm like, what? Is that the level of, like, is that what woke means? Is like someone going, do you feel... It's a doctor's office. You got to take your shirt off, right?
That happened at the skin one. What are those people called?
Dermatologists, yeah.
I did the skin, the whole body look, and he goes, would you like me to check anything under the underwear? And I was like, for what? I didn't know. And I was like, well, for this, that, and the other. I was like, all right, yeah. It just was... I guess I was shockingly cool with it.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't dawn on me, but I was like, why do you want to get in there? And he's like, I'm a doctor. I was like, oh, got you. Cool down.
Yeah, why don't you root around in there and see what's going on? Yeah. I didn't know what to expect on this physical. That's the cold brew. Cold brew and salted bagels we got. We got some San Diego bagels made by some hipsters, and I don't care for it.
Salted bagel?
Salted
I never
rosemary.
met somebody that orders that.
Salt rosemary is what I got. She got a
like
jalapeno.
On the outside, like a crust of salt.
Yeah, like sprinkled thick rock salt and then rosemary infused into the bagel. And she got jalapeno.
How's your blood pressure?
So they didn't say good, they didn't say bad. They said, I'll take it. And so I don't know. It's kind of how they reacted.
They didn't say it's normal.
They didn't say it was good or bad. They were just like, that's fine. I think the word that was used was fine. So what am I supposed to do with that? Also, I'm 38.
Good.
What's it supposed to be? I think mine was 122 over some other number.
I as much as I pretend like I want to know what the blood pressures are.
Yeah, I did. Don't call me out.
It's been 17 minutes. We haven't done one movie quote yet.
I was ready for this podcast 2 hours ago.
No, we woke up tired. We woke up. You ever wake up and you're like, today's gonna be a day where any little thing will annoy me. And she woke up the same way. She woke up from a Die Hard dream. She was shot out of an elevator from the top floor. I told her that's the scene from like Die Hard 2.
Dreams.
Huh?
Those are private.
I have that nightmare all the time.
Do you actually?
I have that almost on a regular basis.
The elevator?
An elevator keeps going and it won't stop, and I'm like, but it's my floor sky and it's just.
And it goes through the roof.
Yeah, it's pure panic.
Do you survive it, or do you not survive it?
I don't know if I've ever finished the dream. I think it's just like endless panic because it just keeps going, and I'm like freaking out, like it's gonna fall out. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, I was like with like 3 other people. We shot out and then we landed in a balcony on another building, and then I woke up. I was really stressed out when I woke up.
You're like, I had the worst dream ever. I
laugh at my dreams.
Yeah, they're the most ridiculous, and they sound like the most stressful things ever. I don't have the elevator dream. My reoccurring bad dream is a giant tidal wave. I'm at the beach and it's falling on me, and I'm like, but it's taking forever to fall, and everyone's just running, and I like make my way into a building, and then it just all, and then I wake up, and then I go, I think I forgot to pay my taxes. You know, like I try to like figure out what the hell I forgot or why I'm so stressed.
Do you want to hear what it means to, or what the internet says about out of control elevators shooting up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fear, symbolizing fear of being out of control, particularly in situations relating to ambition or social status.
What do you want, Moosh?
Is that me?
There you are. Yeah, you got cut out for a second.
Sorry, say that again.
It could be does my mic sound different?
No.
No, you're.
If anything, it sounds better.
All right. I was using a good mic. Apparently, it's not good. It means it can be symbolized as feelings of being out of control, particularly in situations related to ambition or social status.
Okay. Do you have fear of ambition and social status?
Maybe, I don't know.
What's the tidal wave one where you're being crushed by 1,000-foot wave?
I'm sure it's similar.
It'd be funny if he just read, means you're secretly gay. Like, that'd be a fun little podcast. Little jibber jab. Sorry if I took that away from you.
Symbolizes you might be gay. Oh, wait, what'd you say? Symbolizes overwhelming emotions or feeling of being out of control in your waking life. Ooh.
Out of control in my waking life. Wow.
I could have just said life.
Yeah,
I don't know why the
like,
waking part
Yeah.
needed to be in there.
Yeah. Who's not awake?
I'm out of control in my sleeping life.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Why is Mushi yelling at us? Get up here. You never come in here during podcasts. Yeah. I don't know why we had a stressful night's sleep. He got cut out again.
What did we do yesterday that was stressful?
We did a lot. We played pickleball. We played. Then we worked out after pickleball. I think we were just tired. Hey, you're back. There you are. You got cut out again, but you're back. I don't know if you left.
Sick.
I feel like
Everything looked the same to me.
I feel like for you, it was probably like you just had a stroke. That's probably what it feels like when someone has a stroke. They just and then they come back and like you left for a second. You're like, what? I was here the whole time. I smell burnt toast.
Interesting. Have you guys been eating pennies lately?
But yeah, I don't know what we've been stressed. We played pickleball yesterday. That's our new thing. We played pickleball with our couple friend Vance and Carlin, and we actually won a game because they dropped a game on purpose to us. Like last week, they beat us 3-0, and none of the games were close. 2 of them were shutouts, 11-0s. And this week, first game, they beat us. I think we scored 2, but it was like it was 11-2. They smoked us. And then the second game, they just dropped the game. The game took 4 hours, like the second one to play, and then we ended up winning like 11-9. Like it came
We
down.
did a victory dance.
Oh, we danced. That's what I love about her. She could be in the worst mood ever, and I could come into the room and I could just start dancing. And 3 shimmies in, she's like up and bouncing around like she's into it. And she's like, "What are we dancing for?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I was just seeing if you join." And she joins. It's like in her Persian
It's in
blood.
my blood.
She can't fight it.
Yeah.
That's like me when I see a stuffed cabbage. Like I'm gonna have to eat that stuff because in mine it's my culture stuffed cabbage. I gotta go and nibble on that.
Hungarian thing.
Oh, stuffed cabbage. Anything that's fart-inducing that Hungarians like to consume.
Anything that smells like farts before you eat it, it's right up his alley.
That was the thing with Hungarians. We're like, we like lettuce, but it's not farty enough. And someone's like, cabbage? And then we're like, yeah. And then put it in some hot water, and then we'll eat it. And then fill it with some sausage meat and nom nom nom. Like,
Do you guys have any iceberg? We do, but maybe you can make it more difficult to digest? Perfect. Cabbage it is, pal.
so just cabbage and farts and dancing. There it is. Sorry, that was still into the mic. It was like a second mic. That was perfect. What do you want, Mushi? Just yelling at. Pick her up. Get over here. What is it that you need? What, are you about to hiss at me? Anyway, cats are all up.
How's married life?
By the way,
good.
this
Yeah.
might be one of the worst episodes we've ever done.
Why?
I feel like everyone's house caught on fire. And then we're all just talking about it afterwards. By the way, how's married life going?
It's going good. We still got family in town.
Oh,
So things are fine. I'm fine.
that's a long time. How many weeks has it been?
It's been like almost 3 weeks.
Jesus.
But
God.
my sister and her family rented a house not super far from us, which has been great. They're not in our house, and I love them to death.
Right.
You know, when like there's like, I don't want to not entertain them. I don't want,
Right.
I want to hang out, but I'm also like, I really got to get some other stuff done here.
Yeah.
I can't just be doing this all the time. But they leave tomorrow.
There you
which
go.
We've had a blast, and I'd love it if they lived up here, but they don't. It's time to get back to the real world. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the honeymoon of not the actual honeymoon, but the honeymoon of the wedding of people. Yeah, that's kind of our fear too. Like if we got a place with like an extra bedroom,
Too many bedrooms.
and then people are gonna like come and then
With one-way ticket.
yeah, with one-way tickets, and then be like, whoa, what, huh? Like, that's why I like Jason and Layla. Remember when we stayed at their place? They're like, you have 5 days max. And I really appreciated the bluntness.
Yeah.
And we weren't going to stay that long anyway. We were going to stay 3 days. But the fact that they said 5, I was like, that's really beautiful. That should be more socially acceptable when people come to your house and you just tell them how long you got.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, man, you got 4 days.
What's the phrase? Fish and company. They both stink after 3 days.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's how we feel about visiting other countries. After about 3 days, this place starts to
Smells like
smell like
fish.
fish. Let's get the hell out of
Your
here.
company cooks fish in your home.
Oh, we had that happen. Yeah, you had a friend stay over at our
I had a
place.
friend stay over at our place, and when we were in New York, we were out of town. She was cat sitting. We came back, and the whole place stunk like fish.
Fish.
That's all she was cooking while she was in town.
Yeah, stinky white fish for 5 days. Or how
Like,
long were we
you're in
gone?
New York. Don't you want to go out and eat some New York food?
No, white stink fish.
I caught these fish in the East River.
That's her accent.
Yeah, she may or may not.
Well, that accent is the only accent that thinks it's okay to eat cooked fish in a friend's apartment.
It's like if you wrote that in an episode, people wouldn't believe it. They're like, nah, people aren't really like that. They are.
Yeah.
He bought so much fish that there was leftover in
There's
the
leftover
freezer.
fish.
And we, of course, never ate it. It just stayed in the freezer for the rest of the time we were in New York, and then we threw it out when we moved.
Should I say the rest of the stuff that she did?
Oh, yeah, she ruined the house.
Please.
She broke everything.
So we came back, and then she got sick while she was there,
Oh, yeah.
and we like she had.
Do you think it could have been the constant barrage of fish in her face?
And so she had made the bed, and when I took the covers off, there was used tissues in the bed, like a lot of them.
Bye, Mike.
He's like, I'm out of here.
I could also tell when it was about to go out.
The sound.
Yeah, just like, it'd be so funny if they genuinely left because of that. It's like we're not dealing with this. But yeah. What country is that person from?
Albania.
Yeah. Did you get all that?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You're back now, yeah.
I heard all of that.
you did?
My camera never went off. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I guess it's only for us.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
it say? Mike's recording will continue on a new track. Okay.
Oh.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. Figure it out.
You're having a disaster here. I just don't understand people that don't have house guest etiquette.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm tiptoeing around
Yeah.
people's houses.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to leave this place cleaner than when you left.
Yeah.
You have to,
Yeah.
and throw a six pack of local beer in the fridge on the way out.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
crazy
She
to
broke
me.
a couple things.
She broke a lot of things.
Broke a lot of things. She stained our couch.
Yeah, she burned the couch.
It was
was she trying to cook it?
She burned your favorite wooden spatula. And then she burned all 3 of them in the same spot, which is the best part. She burned the first wooden spatula.
forgot about that.
And then she used the other one and then another one. And I remember Emma was we were so tired from flying back that I didn't even care. And I was just angry. And she's like, she burned all 3 of them in the same exact spot. That means she made the same mistake 3 times. I was like, oh, let me get another spatula.
How do you even burn a spatula?
I don't know. You leave it on the fire, I guess. Oh my God! It was almost to
That's
the point
crazy.
once you realized how much was destroyed. I'm like, what did you do to this woman? Because this feels intentional.
Yeah.
This feels like a vendetta.
Yeah.
Is what this feels like.
It felt weird.
Who is this person to you? Just a friend?
She's
Is
my
this
friend
a-
from college. She lives
Are
in.
you still friends with her?
Yeah, we had like a long talk after, and then I forgave her. But like,
Did she apologize?
yeah, she said. Can I get into this? It feels like too personal to like.
She's not gonna watch this.
All right. Well,
Don't make a clip out of this.
so you
Mark.
know how we went and eloped in Italy? So that was the trip that we went on while she was at our house. And she said, because I had another friend that was traveling, and she saw on social media that she's traveling, and she's like,
In Europe. Yeah.
She's like, I thought she was invited to your wedding, and everyone was invited to your wedding, and I wasn't invited. And I was like, we didn't invite anyone.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, well, that makes it worse because that feels like this was intentional.
Yes.
But yeah.
That was also my theory when we came back because she was weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, does she know that we eloped? Remember I said
Yeah.
that? And then you're like,
Yeah,
why
she
wouldn't
must
she?
know? Why wouldn't she know?
Yeah, why wouldn't she know? And then we come to find out she did not know that
Yeah.
we eloped, and she thought you were friends and all. She probably thought all this like family and friends were involved in our wedding, and she wasn't. She was just tasked with watching our house.
Yeah. Mike, you're cut out, by the way. Just
Yeah, just so you know, we're not catching anything that you're saying. I think this episode might just be for us. I don't think we should post this.
Really?
Yeah, it's so bad.
Oh, you're back.
There you are.
I don't know what's happening. It's not cutting out on my end.
It must be Riverside.
I'm sorry.
No, it's probably not you.
Maybe.
It's probably just Riverside.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Maybe we'll try again.
I'm having a good time.
Maybe we'll try again next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to post this.
Why not? Let's just
It's
post it.
so bad.
Who cares?
All right.
But did you catch
That was quick and easy. Yes,
Yeah.
because what I was going to say was it sounds like as soon as she found out that you were getting married, she just started just burning shit in your apartment. She didn't even eat the fish.
No.
She was just cooking shrimp and throwing the tails behind your curtains.
like making sure the vent wasn't on and the windows were closed?
Yeah. Smoking the place out.
Let me jam
She started
these tissues
smoking
under here.
cigarettes for no reason. Do you smoke cigars? I don't, but I did.
I don't, but I did while I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a classic miscommunication. But you did tell her.
Yeah.
I don't know if English is her second language, so maybe like eloped meant, yes, I will bring envelope. And then she like completely missed the part that no one's coming to our wedding.
Is civilization her second attitude as well, for crying out loud?
She is a little out to lunch. Now that I know we're not posting this episode, she is out to lunch. Like, she's one of those people you look in the eyes and talk to, and you're like, where are you? I know you're not here. And she'd be like, yes. And then with the European accent and the vacant eyes, you're like, I might as well be talking to the hood of a car. I'd have no idea what's going on.
This is too much gossip.
I'm telling you, it's fine. We're not posting it.
Isn't you look
posting
at people and sometimes you look at people and you're like, how did you tie your shoes today?
Dude.
Like, you just tied your shoes? That's interesting because I can't imagine you doing anything.
I have a few friends that have this vacant look in their eyes, like they were just teleported into a room, and they're just, huh? And you're like, yeah, and they're like, yeah, and it's my buddy that just opened for me in Jacksonville, Dan. He has a bit of that, but I talked to him about it afterwards. I'm like, you have like this aloofness to you that you know what's going on in the room, but it also seems like you don't. And it kind of mixes in with the fact that he like doesn't follow world events. He's just like not in. He's like bored by the news, and
Sure.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting because there's a lot going on in the news. It's pretty.
I'd say.
It's definitely not boring. I don't think the news is boring right now. But he's just not interested. And then so I hung out with him for an afternoon while I was in Jacksonville because he lives out there. We hung out in his backyard. And then I came back, and I was so, like, in the sun, and I had a nice afternoon, and then Emma filled me in on everything that happened that day in the news that I didn't see because I was hanging out. And my response was, oh. And it was kind of aloof like he was, and I think it's a Florida thing. I think you, like, hang out in your backyard, and it's so hot and humid, and you just get cooked out there, and then you come back, and they're like, there's 2 politicians and their families murdered in Minnesota, and you're like... Whoa, I don't even know what to... And then Emma's like, you miss so much. Like, the world's crumbling while you're hanging out at a pool. And I was like, yeah, I guess I got to go...
But it's even worse sometimes for you. So you come back, you're like, wait a minute. You mean the guy from Home Alone 2, Donald Trump is president? You're like, wait, you're way behind.
I'm just like, gays can marry? And you're like, how long have you been out, dude? I actually wondered that because we were sitting at a coffee shop, and there was those 2 older ladies talking, and they were they said something along the lines of, come on, it's 2025. You know how it's like a phrase you use to talk about people lightening up, and then you say the year that it is. And it makes me wonder if back in the day they talked about the lack of freedom they had and referenced the year. Like if like two women were talking in like 100 years ago, and they're like, isn't it crazy we can't vote? And then the other one was like, yeah, but come on, it's only 1905. Like we have a lot of years to catch up and then evolve, you know. Like, I wonder if that happened. Like, man, isn't it crazy we don't have like powered lights in the house? It's like, come on, it's 1515. Like, that's how advanced do you think we are?
What's the modern equivalent, do you think? What's the flying cars?
Yeah, I get.
We're not flying cars, but it's only 2025.
Overwhelming protection for the LGBT community. It's like, come on, it's only 2025. People got to come around.
I have that on like on a very personal, like micro level of like 401k. I'm only 41. I don't even. What are you talking about? Savings account. Nah, maybe when I hit my 50s, I'll do that.
I feel that way about
you iron your clothes. I'm only 41. I got time for that.
What happened when we were in the club at that Vinny's Comedy Club together, and you blew a button?
I mean, look, what are we doing here?
I know, because you had a great reaction to it.
I popped the button on taking a dump.
Wait, what?
He was sitting on the toilet.
And it wasn't like, look, you bust a pant button, quickly taking your pants off. Sure. I was just sitting there, and then the button didn't even pop off. It just like, boop, it just fell off, and I didn't know what to do with it. It was just like, what the hell just happened? It was just such a cheap shirt that it just gave up. Because you know what? I don't need to deal with this toilet business. I'm out. And just like flopped off. I just find it interesting to blow a shirt button while taking a poop.
Yeah, that was impressive. But it was one of those shirts that was that white mesh shirt that he's been. It's not mesh, but it's knitted. It's like crochet.
I'm a fan of that shirt.
Yeah, apparently the buttons are weak buttons.
No.
Yeah. It's a $12 shirt, and I got to be honest, it acts like it.
Yeah.
Where'd you get a $12 shirt, Temu?
Target.
Oh. I think it's a $12.
Target's really.
Oh,
I gotta go over to Target.
That's the reason for shirts like this. This was a very expensive shirt that I got on sale, but it's still a very expensive shirt. Because Becca's told me that I have to start spending money on clothes and not just buy every year, just get a whole new wardrobe of crappy clothes.
Becca's right.
It's like back to school clothes as an adult.
Yeah. I have a ton of new clothes now. Like, we use the wedding as an excuse to buy new clothes.
I love it.
I'm dressed like an adult.
You actually reminded me one of the last times I think I bought some clothing at Target, and the reason I stopped, I just bought a black plain t-shirt for me to wear on stage, and then I washed it, and all the color just ran into my other like it wasn't good ink or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just ruined my entire batch of laundry, and I was like, that 12 or whatever I spent on that shirt, $5-10, ruined way more amounts of dollars of clothes.
Yeah.
And a bath towel. I shouldn't have washed my towel with a black shirt. That was my fault. But I was a man. I'm still am.
I saw a guy wearing a shirt that I bought from Target walking down the street today.
Yeah.
And it's a shirt that's only available online, and I've never seen anyone else wear it. And I saw him wearing it, and it wasn't like, oh, I can't wear the shirt anymore because other people have it. It's a very distinct shirt.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that shirt is so ugly. And I've been walking around in that as if I'm like, this shirt's great. And I saw another guy who looked like me wearing it. And I was like, ooh, buddy. Sometimes it takes seeing your mistakes. It's like if you guys don't listen to each other, but somebody else tells you the advice and you listen to it immediately.
Yeah.
But your husband or your wife tells you and you're like, you shut up, you. It's like that. When you see somebody else doing the thing, that was brutal.
Yeah.
It was a brutal awakening because I stopped like, oh man, I got to get rid of that shirt. This guy looks like an idiot.
You don't know how many pairs of clothes I've bought through online shopping because a model was wearing it, and then I got it and I put it on and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not 6'1", 180 pounds. I'm 5'9", 175, so I look stumpy in it. I look stumpy and stupid. Stop being stupid. But then, it came in the mail, so I'm keeping it. Remember I got those stupid pants that were supposed to be like workout pants, but on me they look like scrubs. I look like a vet tech that was late for work, and they were supposed to. I bought them for like air travel. I was like, oh, those would be good, comfy pants for the airplane, and instead I just looked like I was about to like shear a dog or something, like I would clip its nails. I look like an idiot.
It's so true. They do look like that.
It was so stupid. As soon as I put them on, I was like, they don't look like the guy on the website was this like athlete. He just looked like he came from the gym, leg day, and he just looked like a casual, cool guy. And then on me, I just looked like I was about to be fired. That's what it looked like. I hated it.
You just got fired.
Yeah, I just got fired, and I'm just like schlubbing through. I don't know. Something about my clothes. There's two places my clothes, no matter how new or old they are, look bad. It's at the mall and at the airport. Whatever the lighting is at the mall and the airport, the clothes I'm wearing look like I've been homeless for 4 days and I need assistance. That's what it looks like. Like I see myself in the mirror and I'm like, "What? Who is this guy? This guy sucks." Anybody else? No. All right.
I just found out that like 2 factories make every item of clothing ever made.
Is that right?
I did a campaign for Costco this week, and I found so if you're in Costco in the fall and the winter, and look for the jackets, you'll see me.
That's cool.
But it was at the place, like the importer, like photo studio.
Yeah.
And they were like, I was like, this is a nice jacket. They're like, it's North Face. It's like North Face, and then they were rattling off all these brands. And I was like, oh. I thought this was, they're selling North Face at Costco, and they were like, no, it's Costco brand. It's Kirkland. But it's the same exact jacket. They just do, like, they put one, like, different thing on the wrist, and now it's Kirkland.
Wow.
But they're like, same exact, I didn't sign an NDA. Same exact clothing, pattern, all of it. And they just put a North Face logo or a different logo on it. They're
We
like,
need to
this
go
one will be
shopping.
$20 at Kirkland, or this will be $200 at North Face.
This goes to prove actually the thing I was just talking about, where clothes look different on different ages and body types. Because North Face is usually worn by like young rich professionals or like middle-aged people that are in super good shape. So you're like, man, those clothes look amazing. Mm-hmm. Kirkland brand is worn by the everyday American, and you're just like, wow, that looks frump dumpy right there. And that goes to show you it's the same brand. They just slapped Kirkland on this one and North Face on that one, and it looks like 2 different people wearing it because it's 2 very different people wearing them. It's really it's the body.
I like Kirkland.
I like Kirkland.
It's the model.
Yes. Yeah. We could dress anyway. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Wow, look at that. Oh, look at that big smile you
jacket.
got on.
Big smile.
Wow, Mike the model.
So they're going to put I want to go to, we're definitely going to be in Costco in the fall. But I'm going to look out
Funny,
for
I was
that.
asking you yesterday if you wanted to go to Costco today.
Yeah, we haven't been.
Maybe we can go after this.
We haven't been in a while. I don't know.
She's got to threaten me with a Costco trip. It's one of my favorite places to be.
It's the best.
I just
Brings me
don't.
calm.
You know why? It's because right now is the worst time to be in San Diego because everyone from all over the country's here, and it's a giant mess every time we leave the house. Well, because
Comic-Con?
No, that's next month. But this is the time of year where people are on summer vacation out here. School lets out. Also, when all the people from Arizona, Nevada, the neighboring states that are way too hot to be inhabited, now they come out here to our beaches, and it's just out-of-state license plates cutting you off, rolling stop signs, taking all the parking, and it just sucks. Sucks. Sucks to be around.
Yep.
You were trying to go to Home Goods the other day, and
Yesterday.
yesterday, and you came back after 20 minutes in a huff. And you just walked in and you're like, I guess it's not going to happen. And I was like, what happened? She's like, what happened? She goes, I had 3 different near accidents with out-of-state license plates. And I said, forget this. And I did a U-turn. I came home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're out of control.
Yeah, they drive like they don't live here.
Yeah.
Like, and it makes sense. They don't know the streets. They don't know the things. And I guess San Diego can be confusing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. That was the end of that story.
I've only ever been near the port. I don't know anything about San Diego.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. We have a lot of canyons, so it's not really a grid system. There's a lot of weird streets. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of like weird 5-way intersections where you end up at a light and you're like, I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to go that way, but I'm going to try.
And the freeways are really tight.
Yeah, freeways are tight, and then people make up for the tightness with amplified aggression, which really helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good mix.
There's a taco spot in...
I don't know why that was so funny.
Well, I'm just trying to think of the places I've been in San Diego. And I was curious if it was any good. But now I'm saying this and I have absolutely no idea the name of the place, so I'll just stop talking. You ever start a sentence knowing at the beginning as you're beginning and going, you are going to have to find a way out of this because you're petering into nothing.
Have you ever gone
I was like, there's no way I'm going to find out the name of this place that I went to that was like a long line to get in, and it was terrible.
Oh, it wasn't even good.
It's really good.
No, it was awful.
Oh,
and
God.
I was like, why? I was like, am I crazy? Am I the only one here with taste buds? I'll text it to you later when I figure out what the hell it is.
Please do. And along those lines, you said something magical, because I said this sentence last night. Have you ever, he'll come back. Have you ever started a sentence and didn't know where it was going? Mm-hmm. And then we went on that binge of Tito Ortiz videos. That was the big-headed, that big meathead I showed you, where he just like starts talking.
Yeah.
He refuses to get himself out of public speaking. Mm-hmm. And there's so many fighters that don't do a lot of public speaking.
Yeah.
Either they're not interested or they don't want to or whatever. And he can't stop like getting himself into public speaking roles, and he's never landed one right.
Yeah.
He's never, he mixes up sayings. It's a double-edged sword, and I'm going to shine him tonight. And remember he said that? Like, he has no idea what double-edged sword means. He has no idea what any of these things mean. And I feel like every sentence he starts in his head, he's like, oh boy, where's this going to go?
Let's see where this is going to go. Yeah.
I have no clue. It's going to land somewhere, but we don't know where.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still not back. It's lasting longer and longer. I know you can hear us, Mike, but there's no video or picture. No. It was like a tease. It was. I feel like we're communicating with the spirit, and we're like, he can only come through at certain times. This is like Stranger Things. We got to set up the Christmas lights. And he's like, he's talking through the lights. Yeah, he'll pop.
Oh,
there he
is.
Have you ever gone down a binge of Tito Ortiz videos?
It's brutal.
It's so good. It's a mixture.
It reminds me of the Raven. Remember Raven, the wrestler?
Yeah. Where
It's
like,
very much, they're just nonsense, just pure nonsense. And then on the fourth day, I will create a mustard gas. What are you talking about? It's just pure. Go watch an old Raven promo video and just think about the cameraman and how tired he is of just move the camera in and out, because it's all these like, and then on Monday Nitro, and then he just keeps doing this, and he just and Raven started doing comedy in Atlanta like 10 or 15 years ago, and let me tell you, not good.
I didn't know that.
It was pretty bad.
The difference, I think, between Raven and Tito Ortiz is I think Raven thought out beforehand what he was going to say, and Tito Ortiz starts every sentence with, let's see what happens. And it just starts going. And it's kind of like, when Tito Ortiz talks, it's kind of like watching, you ever see someone like fall down a hill? Like they're like kind of running, and then now they're going downhill, and they're stumbling, but they're like trying to catch themselves, but they just keep falling, but they can't stop themselves. They just keep falling and trying to regain while moving forward. That's what it's like to watch Tito Ortiz talk. It's like a mixture of CTE, but also with like dyslexia. Mm-hmm. Like he was clearly dyslexic from before, and he's added brain damage to the dyslexia, and it's turned in. He's the mayor of Huntington Beach. This guy gave campaign speeches.
Wait, he actually is the mayor of Huntington Beach? I like that people see him talk, and they're like, we should let this guy fight more.
The best. There's like a page on Instagram. It's all Tito Ortiz. The best clip wasn't even him saying anything. He actually gave a speech at a MMA event. Remember this? The mic flip. He was trying to flip the mic, and he didn't mess up his words. He actually, the thing he was trying to say, he said perfectly, and then he was trying to do like a mic drop, and he threw it up, and it hit himself in his own head.
So close, Tito.
So close.
He wanted to throw it up and out, and it went up and back, and it just bopped him right on the head. It was beautiful. And I was like, man, even when he gets his sentence right, he still messes it up at the end.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those.
Those were fun. Yeah. Those were a lot of fun. What are we at? What's the time thing over there?
An hour.
That's
58.
We made it. I don't know if we're going to post this. I think
Post it.
We're going to post it. It's going to be a lot of me complaining, but it was still a good show. Minor technical issues.
Yes.
And
I'm sorry. If it's my end, I apologize, folks.
No, I don't think it is, because I think it's a Riverside thing. Because for some reason, if you can see us and we can't see you, I feel like that's a Riverside issue.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully because it's independently recording, it'll keep my recording.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Listen, it's a low budget operation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this isn't CNN. Okay, this isn't.
We do have a light though.
Yeah, we do have a new light.
And look, I match your curtains
you
now.
do.
You did.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Wayfair?
Getting the production value. Amazon.
Oh, nice.
This is
Don't
Wayfair.
tell Becca.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell Becca. Supporting Bezos? How dare you?
Don't tell the Corporate Gossip podcast. I have to warn her. I tell her in advance. I go, I'm ordering something from Amazon because Radio Shack is gone and there's nowhere else I can get these little tiny micro components. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I get it.
It's like, what do you want me to do? Drive into the Poconos to find curtains? I can't. Who has the time?
Not me.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not your fault. It's just that's the way the world's been set up.
Yeah.
We have to go to Amazon to get things.
I have to eat at Chipotle 4 meals a day. There's no other restaurants. There's no other restaurants, Zoltan. Right?
There's nowhere to go. Anyway, that's the episode for this week. That's a perfect time to cut.
Yeah. Mike says peace out.
Peace out, A-Town down.
Beep, 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 beep.
So good for him to be gone for that. Oh, I love that he could see and hear that, but couldn't respond.
Rolling his eyes.
Oh, he's like, I have so much to say. I have to. I think he'll pop in a second, but I think this has been the episode this week. Thank you all for listening, downloading, sharing, and subscribing. Watching with bated breath as we talk about nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. safejournal.com. ZoltanComedy.com.
I'm also repping Zoltan merch.
I'm sold out of those shirts. Please don't buy any online.
Buy them.
I mean, I'm getting a new batch in, but right now there's none. So it's going to be a couple weeks. I'm trying to see if Mike's going to pop in for a hello or a goodbye, but I guess not. All right. That is the show. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.
Good evening.
Salutations.
Trekking heavier, traveling light. There's one thing that's right wherever I go. That's where I am.